What up, guys? I am Geoff Fienberg back here with you for oddschecker.com/US, breaking down another week of PGA Tour action here at OddsChecker. Don't forget, like the video, sub to the feed so all my videos can drop right into your feed each and every time they're released. And give me a comment. Tell me who you think is going to win RBC Harbour Town at Sedgefield. What an incredible Masters. Many might have found it boring or slow, but I just melted seeing Hideki Matsuyama win. A great finish, a deserving champion, and I'm thrilled to grow old with Hideki Matsuyama every April for the rest of my life. Unfortunately, my picks were trash, and we've just got to move on and find our way back to winner's circle because I do that. That's what I do. And when I don't, I get down on myself because I expect to be pulling winners, even though it's incredibly hard. Great event this week, Harbour Town, Sedgefield. We know this course very well. Last year, Webb Simpson won. We've had some big down-the-board winners, Wes Bryan, Satoshi Kodaira, and Brendan Grace. We hit Webb here last year. We've hit Wes Bryan here. We've hit Grace here. We've lost in a playoff here with Siwoo Kim to Satoshi Kodaira. That was an incredibly profitable day for my partner in crime, Pat Mayo. So I don't look at it. I don't have the negative memories. Maybe I should from that heartbreaking Siwoo Kim loss. Anyway, we're at it, 7,100 yards, narrow, Harbour Town, Pete Dye design. We know many Pete Dye courses. Pete Dye is a staple week in, week out on the tour. Sawgrass, Harbour Town, TPC River Highlands, TPC Louisiana, Austin Country Club, the TPC Stadium course that hosts the American Express. And we know many other side venues that are major championship venues that get into the rotation a lot. Crooked Stick, Whistling Straits, Kiowa Island. Pete Dye, legend in the game of golf. His footprints are all over it, and there are certain level of players that seem to do very well under Pete Dye. Historically, this tournament, as I mentioned before, has been kind to the players down the board. Yes, Webb Simpson won last year. It wasn't the week following the Masters. It was out of COVID, so an entirely different dynamic. Historically, guys that perform well at the Masters normally don't do well here. You could, that's an easy psychological dot to connect, the mental exhaustion of contending in maybe the biggest moment of your life or the biggest weekend of your life, or all the energy put forth into even finishing 10th place while never really contending can be quite exhausting. History has shown that. We did see Patrick Cantlay have a great run at the Masters a couple years ago, way better than last week. Come on, Cantlay. Yeah, everything's cool. That motion was for what happened to my DraftKings lineups. And I bet the guy. What an embarrassment. Watch him win this week. Hoo-wee! But we did see Cantlay have that great finish a few years ago, T5, I want to say, and then come here and almost win third. He was in the hunt of it late on a Sunday, so wouldn't put too much into that. We got Dustin, we got Webb, we got Cantlay. Those are the under 20s. I would pass on all of them. I'm not ready to make a move in that 20 to 30 to 1 range, but we can come back tomorrow. I think I'll make an ad there. Morikawa always seems deadly, right? Always seems deadly. Berger off a miscut. We don't let that sweat us here. Guys win off miscuts here often from the Masters. Terrell Hatton had that nice Masters. Finally, he's a good vibe at the Masters. And Abe Answer, it's good to see his number crossing over 30 because it was pretty short yesterday. You know I love Abe Answer on Pete Dye courses. I'd have to sleep on that one more night. Another guy I really do have to sleep on. I thought I could make the bet. In the end, I was not able to, but maybe we'll get there. Will Zalatoris. We are seeing 33 to 1s available on Will Zalatoris. In many ways, that makes no sense. On Sunday night, I would have guessed he would have been in the low to mid 20s. I can make the case the books are literally baiting you to bet Will Zalatoris. They know exactly what's up. I love Will Zalatoris. You love Will Zalatoris. What an amazing story. The fact he made it, forget the fact he almost won the Masters. The fact that he qualified for the Masters, I don't think even you hardcore golf fans or really big golf fans have any clue how insanely difficult that was. He is not a full-time PGA Tour member. He is not. He gets limited starts from sponsors, exemptions, and placings, which get him into more tournaments, which have done that for the last year. Of anyone in the Masters field, he has probably had the least amount of PGA Tour starts by a long haul, at least of anyone that's healthy. And he didn't win an event. He didn't get into the Masters, say, the way Michael Thompson, who might be a trendy dog this week, but just as an example, he didn't get into the Masters the way Michael Thompson got in the Masters by winning some 3M in Detroit or something like that. No, this guy just racked up finishes. I can't even comprehend how he qualified for the Masters on official World Golf Rankings without the win, without the full status, let alone the fact he almost won the Masters. But I think the books are tricking you. They want you to bet it. They're leaving it there. They're leaving it there. Look at everybody. Look at everybody excited about Will Zalatoris. Even I am. Hideki Matsuyama was out of position a bit at the Masters, and he made some great par saves. Xander Schauffele out of position. Jordan Spieth out of position. You know, I never saw out of position. I never saw hitting from the pine straw. That was Willie Zizzle. Did he struggle on the greens at times? Yeah, but he made a lot of putts. Like when Will Zizzle was putting for par, it was because he completely misread a lag putt, usually. It wasn't like because he had to get up and down. And lag putting for a first-timer at the Masters is one of those things you don't like first-timers at the Masters. If the Masters wasn't last week, Will Zizzle probably is like 18-1 or like 22-1. So I don't know. I'm afraid I'll sleep on it because I'm staring at other guys in that range. You know, guys I love, Berger, Hatton, Answer, Morikawa. I'd like to pull the trigger on one of them. I'm just not ready there. This Will Zilly line, though, it's messing with my head because it's very tempting. We'll move back. Sergio Garcia, friends. Sergio Garcia, 40-1. This is essentially a very similar price to what he came in at for the Masters. So this is an incredibly attractive opportunity to get on Sergio. I almost picked Sergio at the Masters. I didn't. I'm happy I did not. Seeing his miscut comments, he's acknowledging his game felt great. Like he is speaking like he played exponentially better than he scored. This wasn't like a downtrodden Sergio. This is Sergio really excited for what's on the up and up at the moment. And we've seen that great trend in ball striking coming together. So I'm certainly excited about Sergio. I think when I made these notes, he was 45-1 on that odds checker grid. I'm seeing it at 40 right now, but I would still get in on that. It is as low as 33-1. So I'm loving the positive vibes even after the miscut from Sergio. And we've seen plenty of guys miscut and have great weeks here. Let me tell you this. Last year, Sergio Garcia was #1 in the field at Harbour Town in strokes gained tee to green. He was 70th in the field in putting. He finished 5th. We're backing Sergio Garcia this week. Also worth noting, when he missed the cut at the U.S. Open, he followed that up with a quick win shortly thereafter at the Sanderson Farm. So I'm excited about it. I am excited about it. Kevin Kisner, Pete Dye King, everything. Listen, I think a few weeks ago before the match play, we were both Pete Dye courses. I'm like, no, we're done with Kisner on Pete Dye courses. We're all in on Answer on Pete Dye courses. And maybe if you tune in tomorrow, we'll be there on Answer because that 33-1 really does catch my interest. But at 66-1, I am here for Kevin Kisner, who's first and second at Austin. He's played great at TPC Louisiana. He's lost in a playoff at the Players. I want to say he's lost here in a playoff to Jim Furyk. He's done just about everything. And you hear Kevin Kisner talk about Harbour Town links. He melts. He's like a 9-year-old boy again who is playing tournaments here as a little boy, who says, every time I come here, I feel great. I feel like this course suits me. Now, I'm paraphrasing a lot, but those quotes are out there. His affinity for Harbour Town makes it an easy pick for me to want to get on Kisner. We had a nice little run in the match play, lost in the elimination pod thing versus Kuchar, who's also here at a big number, and we'll sleep on that one. Kevin Na, BetMGM, 40-1. This is as low as 28-1, guys. Kevin Na has a long history here. 11th, 4th, 17th, 9th, 8th, 4th, 10th, 12th at the Masters last week. He's just in that range where he wasn't really top 10, wasn't in the heat of it, but did some really nice things that I can get excited about. Right? And as I noted this week, as it was brought to my attention from the Ben Cooley article, who also happens to like Kevin Na this week, no surprise, he made a fun little point. The last 2 times, Kevin Na, his 12th at the Masters, his best ever finish at the Masters, he's done it twice before. In the 2 stroke play events after those other 12th place finishes, he finished 8th here. And 1 year, Sawgrass, and I guess Sawgrass would have been his next stroke play event, and he finished 6th. So those are the picks I'm going with. They're right in the middle of that card. Sergio, Kisner, Sergio 40, Kisner 66, at 40. So many got, right? I think I want to bet Siwoo, right? We'll see what happens tomorrow. Abe Answer, Ty Hatton, Morikawa, options if I want to go lower down the board to supplement these three picks. Farther up the board, Billy Horschel sitting using that odds checker grid at like 60 to 1. This guy just won match play. Why is he 60 to 1? That just doesn't feel right. Now, do I want to bet Billy Horschel? I got to make that decision. But the odds checker grid is incredibly helpful. I think there's an opportunity there. Matt Kuchar, as I mentioned, some big numbers for a guy trending in the right direction at a course he absolutely loves. Christian Bezuidenhout, a really big number this week. So there are a lot of my guy, Matt Wallace. So I got a lot of thinking to do, but the bets are in on Sergio, and Kisner. Those bets are in. Only 3 of them. We're going to supplement it. And I like to add some props. And guess what? Here's a tease. I'm going to bet a Chris Kirk, like T10, T20, because that's what he does. And when my outrights lose, I always get some of that money back from Chris Kirk because he's the man. And I love him this year. That's me. I'm out. Exhausting Masters week. Took it all in. I'm still playing on that Masters app. I don't delete it just yet. I love to play around. Go check out. Just go watch some holes. Spent a lot of yesterday watching Patrick Reed play those par 3s. Seems like Patrick Reed's got to be on every Masters card from now on, because if the course plays a certain way, you're protected with owning a piece of Patrick Reed. And I love Patrick Reed, and I'm really happy for Hideki. So it was great. It was great. I bought a t-shirt yesterday that I can't wait to get in the mail and wear for you guys. It was a t-shirt of the caddy bowing at the end. I thought that was just beautiful, magical. I could cry. So happy for Hideki. We get to grow old with Hideki Matsuyama. It's a beautiful feeling. I'm Geoff Fienberg. I'm out. Like, sub, comment.